A woman does not give herself because of compliments, gifts, or even a kiss. That decision is made much earlier, in her instincts, long before she realizes it. Her body reacts first, and only afterward does her mind create a story she calls love. Centuries ago, Machiavelli revealed that people are not moved by reason or morality. They are moved by desire, by fear, and by power. Women may speak of wanting kindness, patience, or safety, but what truly binds them is the emotional tension they cannot escape. In this video, you will learn the 5 hidden triggers that make a woman give herself to you without thinking twice. The calm gaze that unsettles her rhythm, the silence that builds anticipation, the subtle touch that lingers in her memory, the small investments that tie her to you, and the perfect exit that leaves her obsessed. This is not surface-level dating advice. This is emotional mastery built on timeless psychology. Watch until the end, because once you understand these triggers, you will stop wasting time and start becoming the man she cannot forget. Here is the first thing that makes a woman give herself to you without thinking twice: the calm power of your gaze. Most men destroy attraction without even realizing it. They fidget. They laugh too loudly. They fill every silence with words, desperate to keep her attention. But a woman's body doesn't react to noise. It reacts to presence. Desire begins not in chaos, but in the space you hold. Imagine this. You sit across from her. The room is buzzing with conversation, the clinking of glasses, the hum of background noise. But when your eyes meet hers, everything slows. You don't rush to look away. You don't dart nervously around the room. You hold her gaze with calm certainty, as if you have nowhere else to be. Not staring her down, not begging for approval, but anchored, steady, unshaken. At that moment, something primitive happens. Her rational mind is quiet, but her body reacts. Her chest tightens. Her breathing shifts. A spark moves under her skin. She doesn't understand why, but you feel different from every man who tries too hard. Machiavelli would have encouraged this stillness. He would have told you that true power does not come from shouting or proving yourself. It comes from the calm confidence of the man who chooses himself first, a man whose presence speaks louder than his words. Here's the psychology behind it. The human brain cannot resist unfinished patterns. When you hold her gaze in silence, you leave an open loop her mind cannot close. She starts wondering, what is he thinking? Why does he look at me this way? And her imagination begins to do the work for you. What she imagines about you is far more powerful than anything you could say out loud. Now picture a second scene. You are walking together at night. The streets are quiet. The world feels suspended. You stop, you look at her, and you don't rush to speak. The silence grows heavy, but not threatening. It feels like the breath before a kiss, the calm before lightning strikes. Her body betrays her. Her pupils widen, her lips part. She leans closer without realizing. And all of this happens without a single word. Most men panic here. They can't handle the silence. They rush to fill it with jokes or chatter, and they break the spell. But the man who understands this trigger holds it. He lets the tension build, because tension is not the enemy. Tension is desire. So how do you apply this? When you meet her eyes, don't flinch. Let the moment breathe. Slow your movements, your breathing, your tone. Let her mirror your calm. When silence appears, don't fear it. Own it. Let her feel the weight of it, and watch as her imagination fills the gap with desire. Remember, women do not surrender to the man who begs for attention. They surrender to the man who carries himself as if he already owns the room. Here is the second thing that makes a woman give herself to you without thinking twice. The way you turn your attention into something rare, something she craves, something she cannot replace. Most men flood women with attention, messages all day, likes on every photo, long texts begging for replies. They believe giving more will make her want more. But that is a lie. What is given too easily is never valued. What is scarce becomes priceless. A woman doesn't fall for the man who is always available. She falls for the man who makes her feel something so intense when he is present that she aches when he is gone. That ache is desire. That is the hook. Picture this. You are on a date. You give her your full attention. Your phone is off. Your eyes never wander. You laugh with her. You tease her. You make her feel like the only woman alive. In that moment, her body feels lit from within. She feels desired, alive, unforgettable. Then the night ends, and here's where most men destroy everything. They keep pouring attention even after they've already given her the peak. They message constantly. They explain their feelings. They smother her, and she loses interest. You do the opposite. You disappear, not rudely, not with games, but with calm discipline. You have a life, goals, a mission. She tasted your energy, and now she has to wait for the next time. Her body remembers the high you gave her. But now there's an absence. That absence is not weakness, it is fire. Her brain starts searching for you, replaying your laugh, your words, the way you looked at her. Dopamine spikes, then crashes, then spikes again every time she thinks of you. She doesn't want just anyone's attention. She wants yours. Machiavelli would have told you, value is created by scarcity. The prince who gives himself to everyone is forgotten. The one who is rare becomes unforgettable. So how do you apply this? When you are with her, be all in. Look at her, touch her, make her feel like she is the center of your world. But when you are gone, let her feel the absence. Don't rush to fill the silence. Don't always be first to reach out. Let her wonder when she will taste that intensity again. Create a rhythm. Presence at the peak, absence right after. It is this rhythm that turns your attention into an addiction she cannot resist. Remember, if your attention is cheap, she will take it for granted. If your attention is rare, she will chase it. And when she chases, she invests. And when she invests, she is already halfway yours. Here is the third thing that makes a woman give herself to you without thinking twice: the way you use silence as a weapon. Most men are terrified of silence. They think if they stop talking, she will lose interest. So they fill every second with words, jokes, compliments, desperate noise. But silence is not emptiness. Silence is tension, and tension is the fuel of desire. Imagine this. You sit across from her. She is talking, laughing, filling the space. And then you stop. You let a pause stretch. You don't rush to reply. You don't break eye contact. You simply let the silence hang in the air, heavy, electric, alive. Her mind starts racing. What is he thinking? Did I say something wrong? Is he about to say something that will change everything? Her body reacts before her brain can calm her. Her breath catches. Her lips part slightly. She shifts in her seat. The silence is no longer neutral. It is charged. And you are the one holding that charge. Machiavelli would have encouraged this. He would have whispered that mystery is more powerful than explanation, that what is left unsaid grips the mind longer than any words. And that is exactly what happens here. Science confirms it too. The brain hates unfinished moments. Psychologists call it the Zeigarnik effect, the obsession with incomplete patterns. When you leave a pause on purpose, her brain lights up like a flare, craving resolution. But you don't give it right away. You let her imagination do the work. And what she imagines about you will always be stronger than what you could have said. Picture another scene. You are walking at night. The streets are quiet. The air is cool. You stop, look at her, but you don't speak. The silence wraps around both of you, heavy like the breath before lightning. She feels it in her chest. Her pulse quickens. She leans closer without realizing it. And when you finally speak, your words hit her like thunder, because the silence carved a space for them to echo. This is where attraction deepens, not through endless chatter, not through clever lines, but through the weight of silence that makes her imagination race, her body lean in, her desire burn hotter. So how do you apply this? Stop fearing pauses. When silence comes, hold it. Let it live. Keep your gaze steady during the pause. Let her feel the weight of your attention. Don't rush to fill the space. When you do speak, let your words fall like they matter, because now they do. Keep this in mind. Women do not surrender to the man who cannot stop talking. They surrender to the man who makes them feel something they cannot name in the space between words. Here is the fourth thing that makes a woman give herself to you without thinking twice. You make her invest in you, step by step, until she cannot pull away. Most men try to win women by giving everything. They buy gifts, they send long texts, they bend over backwards to please her. But psychology works in the opposite direction. The more she invests in you, the more she values you. This is human nature. What costs effort feels precious. What comes free feels disposable. Imagine this. You are on your third date. The chemistry is alive, the energy is flowing. Instead of smothering her with effort, you ask for something small. Can you hold this for me? She does. Later, you ask for something slightly bigger. What do you think I should wear for this meeting? She gives her opinion. Weeks later, you ask her to pick up something simple on her way over. She agrees without hesitation. These seem like nothing, but every small yes is a thread pulling her deeper into your world. And threads become ropes, and ropes become chains. Machiavelli would have told you, power is never taken all at once. It is built through small steps that seem harmless, until one day they cannot be undone. That is what happens here. Each small investment she makes in you rewires her mind. She tells herself, if I'm doing all of this, he must be important to me. She justifies her own effort by raising your value in her eyes. This is why the man who receives always ends up with more than the man who only gives. Because the giver hopes to be chosen. The receiver makes her prove she is worthy. And in proving, she binds herself tighter. Picture this. You're at home, shoulders tense after the gym. You look at her, calm, steady, and you say, give me a quick massage. She laughs, but she does it. In that moment, she's not just touching you. She's investing in you. She's stepping into the role of caring for you, and her body feels it. She feels more connected, more feminine, more involved. Or imagine another scene. You are choosing a gift for someone close to you. You ask her opinion, you value her input, you make her part of the decision. She feels included, like her voice matters. And without realizing it, she is building an identity tied to your world. Here's how you apply this. Start small, a small favor, a little opinion, something light. Increase slowly. As she gets used to investing, her resistance drops. Let it feel natural. Never force. Never demand. Just invite her into your life. Clearly, when she invests enough in you, leaving becomes unthinkable. She has built too much, given too much. She cannot walk away without admitting to herself that it was all for nothing. And no one wants to admit that. Here's the fifth thing that makes a woman give herself to you without thinking twice. You must know how to leave at the peak. Most men don't know when to walk away. They stay too long. They talk until the energy fades. They drag the moment out until what could have been unforgettable becomes ordinary. And once it is ordinary, the magic dies. But the man who understands this trigger moves differently. He ends the moment while her desire is still rising, not when it has already fallen. He leaves her hanging at the height of her excitement, with the taste of you still alive in her chest. Imagine this scene. You're sitting across from her, the atmosphere charged, your eyes locked, her body leaning in. Most men would cling to this moment, afraid to lose it. But you stand up slowly, calm, with a faint smile, and you say, "I should go. But this was one of the best moments I've had in a long time." And then you walk away. Do you see what happened? You froze the memory at its peak. Her brain cannot let it go. Neuroscience calls this the Zeigarnik effect. Unfinished moments haunt us. She will replay that scene all night, not because you stayed, but because you left when she least expected it. Machiavelli would have whispered in your ear, "Withdraw when they want more, not when they've had enough." Because absence at the right moment multiplies your presence. This is the paradox of desire. When you leave at the peak, you are not ending the story. You are starting the next chapter. Her body craves the resolution. Her mind searches for closure. And the only way she can find it is by coming back to you. Picture another scene. You're at a party. The night is alive. She's laughing, glowing, clinging to every word. And just when she wants you the most, you check your watch, lean in close and whisper, "I have to go." Then you walk out, leaving her in the middle of her own fire. That memory burns hotter than any night spent overstaying. Here's how you use this. Always leave when the energy is still high. Say something simple, light, but charged with meaning. Walk away calm, not rushed, not needy. This is the final hook. She will not just remember you, she will crave you. Because you did not give her closure. You gave her tension, unfinished, alive inside her. And that tension will pull her back. Now you see the truth. A woman does not give herself because of sweet words, perfect timing, or polished gestures. Her choice is written long before any kiss, long before she agrees to meet you. It is decided in the hidden layers of her instincts, in that split second when her body reacts before her mind can catch up. When you embody the calm that unsettles her rhythm, when your attention feels rare and priceless, when your silence builds a tension she cannot escape, when she begins to invest piece by piece until she feels bound to you, and when you leave at the exact peak so her mind is trapped in an unfinished story, you are no longer just another man passing through her life. You become the presence she cannot push away. This is what separates ordinary attraction from true emotional capture. It is not about force, not about persuasion. It is about becoming the axis around which her emotions turn, the frame that makes her lean in without knowing why. The man who knows these triggers does not chase, does not beg, does not prove. He shapes the atmosphere until she gives herself willingly, without thinking twice. So do not treat these 5 truths as theory. Put them into practice. Even one of them will shift the balance. All 5 together will make you unforgettable. Because the deepest part of her is not searching for logic. It is searching for a man who can pull her into a world she cannot resist. If this opened your eyes and you're serious about becoming the man who's in full control of his life, my book is now available. The Undeniable Man, Built to be Chosen. It's a strategic guide for men who want to attract, lead, and dominate in their love life and beyond. Whether you're single or in a relationship, no fluff, no tricks, just pure, powerful strategy that will set you apart from 99% of men, and that you will actually use every day. The link is in the description. And if this video spoke to you, don't just keep your thoughts in your head. Write a comment, even just a few words. It helps you remember these lessons, and it might help someone else too. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this content, and share it with someone who, in your eyes, needs it right now. Just trust your instinct. We're all trying to get clearer, more solid inside. So let's build minds that don't break.